Hello, good morning, everyone. I am in the Sunshine Coast, Australia, um, which is much different than the Sunshine Coast in Canada. However, it is raining today. So, in that way, it delivers. Because the Sunshine Coast in Canada rains a lot, for those of you who aren't involved in that joke. So, it is raining. I arrived yesterday from Auckland, more or less uneventful. I did, however, forget to print out my Australian work visa. I had my expired one. So that was a bit of a moment. I just had to find it on my phone. Luckily, I had emailed it to my work. But yeah, pretty uneventful flight. I haven't done a car catch-up vlog, whatever you want to call it, in a while. This car is a bit small. I was supposed to get a Suzuki. The guy said I was getting an upgrade, but I'm really not sure that it's an upgrade. Maybe because it's newer. That must be it. But it does have one of these like screen things. Let's see. One of these. Put the directions in, blah blah blah. Yeah, so it's just like a compact sedan. Well, I thought I was getting like a bigger car, like a mid-size. I'm pretty sure it was gonna be a Suzuki Isuzu. Anyway, it's a newer car, so it's an upgrade, and I knew that there was no point in arguing. Oh man, the guys want to go to the... See, I want to get one of these towel ponchos. Oh, I don't know if you can see the guy at that white truck. He's probably like, no, I just went inside. But it's like a towel, but it's also a poncho. I've been rocking this towel bag, which is in the trunk, so I can't show you, but it's like a towel that has a little pouch so that you can fold it in on itself and turn it into like a bag, but it's been getting all ratty. The rope's broken several times and it's tearing, and it's also got like Canadian maple leaf pattern on it, and I feel like then people are like, are you Canadian? Which is to be avoided. Otherwise they want to talk to me about Whistler for like 45 minutes. But yeah, so it's raining. It's like 300% humidity, which I think is the constant level here on the East Coast, Queensland. I've had the AC turned off for 5 minutes, and I can feel the sweat starting to form. And it's actually like cold today because it's raining and stuff. But yeah, I just found this little spot on the map, and it seemed to have, there's like an IGA and a few little shops. So I was gonna get coffee, grab some supplies for the next few weeks. Possibly if there's a coffee shop with Wi-Fi, because the place I stayed yesterday was not so much Wi-Fi working. I did find a position advertised for a super yacht job that starts in the Gold Coast, I think, and then goes up all the way up Queensland over the top tropical area of Australia, or maybe outside of Australia. Probably stays in Australia, it sounds like. And then to the Northwest Territories and down to the west Coast, WA, which is where I live now. And it seemed like it would be a really cool position. It's a new boat, so there's positions for a few of the like lower end things that I saw. But I imagine they're probably hiring for everything, which can be good and bad because then everyone's learning, but then also no one knows maybe what they're doing. But it did say that the captain and I think the main, like, I'm hoping that like engineers and maybe the bosun would be, I would imagine, experienced, but not experienced on that boat, I guess is what I'm getting at, is that it's because it's a new boat. We'll all be learning together. I've already decided I've got the job. But I need to finish up my resume. I was working on it, but then it's annoying because I always feel like as soon as I send it out, then I notice like all the like things that I should have fixed. It's just really hard to proofread your own resume. You're too invested in it. Anyway, so that's hopefully what I can hopefully get done today, and if not this morning, if I can't find Wi-Fi somewhere here, then I'll do it tonight once I'm settled into my Helpex, which is in the Keels Mountains, which is not too far away. This whole, like, all these little cities, towns, whatever they are, it seems like it's one big town, but they seem to be separated, I guess, into suburbs. But they're very populated, more than I anticipated. But that's classic. Elise did zero research prior to booking things. I also feel like I probably could have flown out of the Sunshine Coast Airport and made it a lot easier. Because at the moment I've got a flight out of Brisbane. I probably could have flown into the Sunshine Coast as well. That would have been... There was like no need to fly in or out of Brisbane. But I imagine it was probably cheaper, maybe. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the same price to do it on the other airport and save everyone time and money. Anyway, so, yep, I'm here in Queensland. I just got back from New Zealand. It was a pretty good trip. It was very not stressful for the most part. I didn't really plan much other than going to Taupo Bay to stay with my buddy Fran, who I originally did meet off of Helpex and has stayed there with my mom also. You remember Mom. So she's doing good. The mini schnauzer Lily is still kicking around, sniffing and barking and having a great old time. The day that I left, the day that I was leaving, I was taking her on a walk every morning, but then I was doing something by the lead and she thought I was getting it, like we're going on a second walk. She just came up and was like, a little tail was going, and I was like, oh, okay, we'll go on and she got 2 walks that day. But I guess I could have given her 2 walks every day, really. Anyway, so that was good. Went on a sail, overnight sail. Mailed in my Canadian tax return from 2021, finally, which I didn't know I had to do until a few months ago. Because you see, I'm a non-resident now. Non-Canadian resident. I haven't been in Canada for how many years? And I've already paid quite a few dollars in taxes in New Zealand and Australia, so there's no need to pay more taxes, seeing as I've already done that. And I get no benefits from any of it. So that's good. Although I guess they're maintaining the roads. I just don't get medical assistance or school or public services. But roads, I do use the roads sometimes. So that's good. Someone's alarm is going off. I don't know if you can hear that. Wonderful. There we go. Anyway, this is turning into a really long video, but I'm sure we'll do a tour of where I'm staying tonight. Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow sometime. The place that I stayed in Auckland was not great. I booked it through booking.com, and then I've stayed there before, but then it was the Gateway Motel. It's very close to the airport. I've stayed there before, but then when I got there, they're like, oh, your room is in the VR motel next door. And I was like, that feels like false advertising, because I paid to stay at the Gateway now, but I'm now at this other place. And it was essentially like a shitty rundown hostel style thing. Shared bathroom and stuff, showers. And it was very rundown and horrible. But anyway, it was just for one night. And then the place that I booked here was also like a weird hostel style motel. And it feels like, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. If you're going to call yourself a motel, but it's a hostel. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. But again, the one here was just for one night, and it wasn't as bad as the other one. It was just a bit annoying because I think they gave me the worst possible room. Right next to the door everyone goes in and out of every 5 minutes. And like a big window facing the streetlights that doesn't have curtains or any way to like block out the light. So yeah, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna check in with my HelpX people tonight. I'll be there for a week. Then I have my course next week, which will hopefully be good. And then I will be in Noosa Heads for a week. A little over a week. Yeah, I probably could have come back and worked like a week instead of staying here quite so long. But I think the original plan was Michael was going to come to Queensland after the course, and we're gonna like hang out together here. But he's got some sort of work thing and some stuff with his whatever other stuff that he's got to do. So I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm kind of here on my own longer than I planned. So I'm not keeping the car past when I'm doing the course. Because that's just a lot of money for maybe no reason. Yeah, I think that's more or less the update of what's going on currently. And I will, let you know where I settle into these next few weeks. Before I get back to Western Australia for work, etc. Okay, bye.